Hello and welcome back, everybody, to some more StoneBlock4. I am Towkn, and today we are in dire need stuff. So I want to tell you what I did. Right, so down here, we go down here, right? Side of here, if we go to this and we type in NEU, right? Put everything in I needed to make these. Not thinking of how much power those. If we go back in here real quick and type in NEU, right, and this, it uses up 12 million power. Which 12 million power alone is not a lot, but I told it to do 10, which, as you could tell, 10 of them is going to be 100 million power. All the other power we were using, I didn't even notice it. We were draining our battery. Right now it's filling up because I have it set to only fill up. But like just this system out here alone with just these and these, some weird reason, even if these are completely filled up, I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure where the power's going. Like if I told this to go both ways, so it puts power in here and power out here, this would fill up to like 15 million and then instantaneously drain. So I don't know what was using all that power. But I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden I clicked this button, and it's like, no power. And I'm like, wait, what? And I was like, oh, shoot. And then all like a couple seconds later, it said these were made. And after it said these were made, I was like, oh my goodness, that sucked all of our power. But we do now have an extra 310 of them. Of course, once we get the neutronium chicken, yeah, this one's got 490. We needed like 3,000 of ish. But yeah, but because of that, I went ahead and went back to the one guy, the guidance guy, and just bought 10 things of power, of random power, and with that, I managed to get 2 more reactors and a thermo generator. So the thermo generators got the time fluid going into it. These both got the time fluid going into them. We are still relatively good here on that. But I was trying forever to figure out, that not actually connect to that? And it says it's got full power, so I guess it does, it just doesn't show it. Um so yeah, so this here basically has its third best power source bit there, because the other ones are a bit expensive. You got 3 of these things going, and 3 of those going, and that other one going, and 4 things here going, and this simple coal generator back here, minimal power, right? I mean, it only generates 60 a tick, so that's really not anything at all. But with all of that going, we were able to get this up to 15 million every like 2 seconds or so. Like it would be like 15 million, then just drained instant. Up to 15 million drained instant. Up to 15 million drained instant. And yeah, like this here, you can see this blazing energy cell. It's supposed to have 40 million in it. You can see it. It goes up and then just down, up and then just down. Which, yeah. So with that, we also put down here. Get down here. We managed to get a bunch more of these thermo generators, so we got them down here, so that we can get some more power down there. But yeah, like when we go to power, right? I would absolutely love to build this generator right here, but the way you get this generator right here to work is by powering all the other generators. I still have not really looked up an efficient way for all of these to run. I mean, explosive one, I mean, that's kind of easy. You know, you just gotta tell it to make a massive, massive amount, or you can just make a massive, massive amount of TNT to put in it. You know, we got 49,000 gunpowder here, and you know, we could always go down here, set these to make more. Could technically even do a gunpowder chicken and just have all of that set to do that, but we do also technically have here 49,000 sand there, and 49,000 gravel right there. So we do have plenty of gravel and sand and whatnot, but that's a lot of explosive ones. That's not the hard one. I mean, that's easy. The furnace one is just coal. The metal or meat one is just meat. We could get liquid meat. Lime is milk and lime. We could easily do both of those. Pink one, kind of. I mean, we could just get some pink flowers and throw them in at sparkle. Uh, we could easily, you know, get pink flowers and throw them in one of these things, right? Same thing with the food generator. The Nether Star one, we can make a Nether Stars. The Death one, I believe, consumes some mob drops. So if we went like this and we press U on that, you know, rotten flesh, bones, bone blocks, and wither skeleton skulls. So, you know, we could easily do that because we have plenty of that over there with our mob spawner thing. Rocket one is another one here that's just annoying because I'd have to make, I don't even know how to make, okay, so that's paper and this, so we'd have to get a huge amount of paper and a huge amount of gunpowder. We have gunpowder, but paper's a bit more annoying. Uh, I don't even know what this one is. Nether. Is that just like I'll say it. So this stuff here, we could technically do plenty of that too, because we could just get the crimson fungus and we could throw it into ore thing, or we could throw it into a garden cloche. That, so I mean, that would be easy. This one is Dragon's Breath. We could kind of easily do that. Snow, we looked at, I think, last time when we were looking at the. And if we could put some solid stuff in here too. Snow and ice, I mean, that's a bit harder to do as well. We would need some other way to do that. Um, the Ender Pearl one, we got plenty of. The potion one, we'd have to make a potion thing and then get it in there and right. So we'd have this. So we'd have these different potions that give different. I mean, like some of these would be really nice. Like if I could get Lingering Potion of the Turtle Master. I mean, that 7,000 power a tick. That's actually not bad. But most of these don't do a lot, and they're annoying to make. I'd have to have a farm for every single part. The culinary one is just food items, which, you know, like I said, that one there. I mean, ooh, look at that though. We put antimatter, stable antimatter in there for that. We could make these for that. So I mean, these two here would be cosmic meatballs would be really nice. Those are actually overall relatively cheap. I mean, they use a lot of Fortron. They use 4 million power. They produce more than that, and I mean, getting the raw beef, pork chops, and chicken's easy, and just for one neutronium pile. It's actually not too bad, but I don't think I could even make those until I get to the next stage, which I can't get there because I'm going to need more power. But then this one here. This one here's the one that I still would have to figure out because this one needs basically enchanting book. to power, right? So you need to just wait. Was that one supposed to give negative power? Yeah. So ingredient crash when this tooltip. So basically, yeah, there's some of them that if you put them in there, I'm assuming it's the negative effect ones, assume power. But how do you get a endless supply of enchanting books? That I don't know. I mean, maybe that printing press thing I tried before, right? Maybe. Not sure. But that's basically what I would have to do is figure. I mean, I know there's an enchantment factory, but I don't know how you can automate it and everything. But yeah. But then we also got this, and I went and bought a processing and an efficiency. Apparently, that doesn't do a whole lot for this. We also have all the lava that these cows are making being dumped into these so that we can have these lava generators generating more power to help fill this up. And the big thing that sucks right now is you can see that we have 725 power, right? If I was to just hook up this section here again, this machine here, I mean, it needs 320 million. It's at 200, so it needs another like 100 million power. And if this needs 300, wait, yeah, because it's got 320 FE out of 300, so it basically needs full power. That's 340 that or 320 that it would put in it. This here's 320 that it needs to put in it, basically. So that's 640 just to fill those up. That would completely drain that all the way. Not to mention, like I said, somehow these other ones over here, even though they're not on, are using massive amount of power themselves, along with some of this stuff here. I don't know what all it is that's connected, that's draining that much power. This here has 1,000,000. But there's a lot of that stuff that's just draining power, which is why this is cool. Even though it's got two things going in and out of it. Yeah, and then of course all this is connected over here. Got that. I think this here might constantly be draining power. Don't remember for sure. This here might constantly be draining power. I'm not entirely sure what's constantly draining power all the time, but it is. Bats don't use power, so we're fine. There's power. This here's still connected up, not draining power because it's not being used. But yeah, so we're kind of in some desperate need of power, and it was like, yeah, well, the humble bee, whatchamadoodad guy, decided he wanted to come flying around in my time of need, and he dropped me another nitro battery, another 2 billion power in it. So what we are going to do is take this second ender cell I made, click on channel 2, and throw that in on channel 2. That way there, I should be able to go like this. And if I come over to... Actually, can I put this down? Gotta go on a power thing, so I might be able to go like this. I put this down on there. Tell that to go to channel 2. If I break it, does it keep it separate from the other? Yes, it does. Nice, nice. So we can do that. I do that. Start draining the power out of here, which is fine to fill these guys here up. Hopefully. Of course, I might want to just turn them off temporarily, just so they can get filled with power. Because we know this thing here is not going to generating all that power for that. You could just see it's just sucking that power down and down and down so that these can keep running. Even though I thought I just turned that off. There we go. Now it's turned. Okay. Turn that off and let that do that. But yeah, you could just see that that just sucked all that power out of there. Like it was nothing. So if I go here, I turn that to redstone on. According to this, that's filled. Doesn't look like that is getting any more power, but if we go like this, turn it on, it'll drain. Okay, so this should not be draining anymore. It's not. Okay, perfect. Kind of, anyways. So we could put a lever next to this, probably, so that we could power that and turn that on when we need to. But yeah, kind of sucks though, because like we need so much power just to get this going. Ooh, yeah. But you can see that it just this machine here itself, which we could probably honestly we could go like this, go in here, and tell it to uninstall all of these and uninstall like most of these, right? Probably just do that. I could shift click on them. Nice. Okay, there we go. Like that. Shift click, take out that stack of 32. Put a couple of there. So by doing that, we might be able to save some power. I didn't even think about doing just now. I'll go ahead, just take them out and let them run. I just took this one, right? Speed and energy. There we go. So by taking all those out, they go back down to like 64,000 for now. And if we click on this, I click on this. Oh, there we go. Oh, we can just go to ignored. You can see this is still looks like it's still going down and ups. So it's still going down. So these two machines are not producing quite enough power for it. But we could easily now come back over here, probably click on this, tell it to go to 1. You can see that this one, let's see, 820, 821. So it's still going up. And these are powered again. We do now have a second energy buffer for any of these things that we might need to do. Like upstairs, where we have just this one stuff right here. These are just normal things. We could probably come up here, put those on 2. Just these two things here alone might be okay doing what they're doing. Yeah, hoping. This thing here was using, I can't remember what all it was using. It's using fissile fuel and water, right? Right now, the fissile fuel is still trying to fill up this pipe here, which is almost full. But I could probably go ahead and go like this. We could activate that and let that keep making more of this. And while it's doing that, I think we're going to work on making a steam turbine to kind of help our power situation. I didn't think I was going to make it, but I think I'm going to go ahead and make it so we can do that. So we got this here. So we're going to need 48 turbine casing, some structural, some other stuff. We're going to need all of this just to do that. Okay. So let's go ahead, click on here. Then we click on quests. Click on this. We turbine casings, and it's not going to let us here. We need 48 turbine casings and 48 sturdy glass. We're actually going to here, down here, turbine. There we go. So here we click here. We need 48 of them, so I'm just going to shift click to back. Same thing goes with this. We're just shift click back. We needed one rotational complex. Take one rotational thing. I don't remember what else we need. Okay, so we there, click here. We're gonna need 16 vents and 8 dampeners. 16 vents. So we'll go like this. That there, so we can get 16 vents. Takes us down even low. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was supposed to turn off. That was supposed to just turn. Well, that's no good. Okay, well, I have no idea how radiated this whole area is. Well, if I fly away, will it fade out here? Nope, I still see these things. That could just be me, though. Oh, I'm gonna fly way out here. Over here. Still green. Well, that kind of sucks. That was supposed to, that had things. I'm so frustrated right now. Ugh, because I'm pretty sure that was all of our fizzle fuel as well. As you can see, none of it. I have no idea how long it takes for that stuff to deplete either, but that should have turned. Why did it not turn off? It had 4 things on it set to basically send a pulse to those things to then go around. Oh my goodness. That's why I hate mods like this. It's like, oh, it's got a thing that could blow up if you don't do it right. Well, I set it up right and it still didn't work. My goodness. Well, I'm pretty sure that's going to kill everything over here. Either that, it's going to turn all of these things into mutants. I have no idea. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me, game? I didn't save. I really don't want to do Alt F4 just in case it does save, because like when it crashes, it saves. Well, but I guess it technically did get rid of all of our fizzle fuel. It didn't actually blow up the. That's good. Okay, but we are now radiated, so let's go ahead, click this. I'm gonna have to go like this. Take this off. Put the suit on for now. Yay! And of course, it doesn't save us because we're still radiated. Nice. Perfect. Well, I guess that's gonna be it for this. Well then, looking at our thing, I went and got our Geiger counter, right? Time to decay is 5.5 or almost 6 hours. So it's gonna take 6 hours for all this to decay, which kind of sucks. You know, the further out I go, the lower it gets, but it's still gonna take hours to decay. I'm guessing if I log off, that won't get any better, or it won't do anything. I'm assuming white means it's technically safe, but not great. Trying to figure out how far out I have to go, so I don't just sit here and just keep taking damage. You can see how far that one explosion, it just keeps going. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if I could get far enough out on this run. Only went into the... Actually, this might have gone further than that. I don't remember. But you can see, even as I go down this way, it's not yeah, not necessarily better. I mean, even way out here, we're just still sitting at almost at the very end. Think of where I stopped. Let's see. B, let's work back out. Take care of you and you and you. And do I have any? How I hit that button? Do I have any torches or light sources on me? No, I do not. So I click here. Type in torch. Grab some torches. That wasn't what I wanted to click on. Torches and get light down this way. So stuff doesn't spawn while I sit here and wait for 6 hours. Well, we'll come back, I guess, in 6 hours once this dissipates. Luckily, we do have plenty of food on us with this the eternal steak. We do have some hydro chops and stuff on us, so we could technically grab some more of those. But I think this eternal steak will keep us alive. We probably have enough battery. I'm hoping we do, to keep these things all charged up. And yeah, I mean, this is a fun thing. We'll be back later. Well, I gotta say that was a fun 6 hours of waiting. Hey, look, yield. Whatever. So yeah, that was fun. That was so much fun, right? Let's just, yeah. No idea still why that blew up the way it did. We still do have a decent amount of steam though, so we're gonna try and figure that out. I do think I want to go like this, so I'm gonna dig a hole right here. Actually, why am I digging a hole? I don't need to dig there. We could just run down here. Lava. I'm gonna hit B. Throw out that stick and that stick. The end stone. Sand. Aluminum. Just Ring, gunpowder, ash, egg. Yeah. Ready to blow that stick. Just burn. There we go. Then we'll take off this backpack real quick. Here. Shift right click to deposit 13 stacks of stuff that we want. Open it back up and we'll put that in there. Take our rotation out. I think that's everything, right? Yeah, it looks like we can go ahead. Obsidian in, anvil in. That. But yeah, you can see, boom, 7 hours. But still, I guess we'll go ahead and get this turbine made. Wonder how our power's actually do here. That power is now full. That power, you can see how slow this is. There's nothing. That's not anymore. But yeah, let's get ready to build this turbine then, I guess. So, what else do we need? Turbine. Heat pressure dispensers or whatever. Just of pressure dis. Oh, we're gonna need 8 of these. So 8. Boom. Okay, and then from there we need 1 electromagnetic coil, 2 rotors, and 2 valves. I believe technically we could have some more rotors too. They're definitely blades like this for now. Grab 2. Grab the electromagnetic coil after tablet. So that. There we are. That should be just about finished with it. We need valves. 2 valves. 9 valves. This. Close. Back up here and click on this. And grab a bunch more. Okay. So, get a turbine made, right? Do that. We are going to need. Grab this $10. The minimum size is 5 by 5. The maximum size is 17 by 18. We'll probably just build this here essentially. Okay, so see we have a valve here, and then everything else there. Let's go ahead to right here, and we'll make this thing a 5 by 5, like so. It's gonna be no, it's gonna bug me, isn't it? Bug all you guys too if it's not lined up with that. I know it. So we'll get it lined up with back of that one. Like so. And then we put all these down right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be 5 total. Then we can go ahead and put them here. This 5 2, 3, 5. There we go. Now we'll put that one down here. Get those down and somehow miss hitting that one in the right spot. Whatever. There we go. We have that. Okay. Then we need 2 rotors that'll go, assuming, right here, here, and then I'm assuming, if I remember correctly, get this that goes right there to rotate them. We are going to need some blades. Click here and make 2 blades that we can then put on. Oh, wait, we could use more than blades per thing. Okay. Go like that. That's all. Okay. Use 4 blades there. Okay, so with that, have that, and then we need to put valves. Why did that not down? Not sure. Not sure. But I might actually. I think I might extend this up one. I don't know for sure. Okay, but anyways, so maybe they weren't the. They had to have been the valves on. So click on no, this. Click on this and scroll over. You have okay. Yep. So the coil goes there. And then these go around that, and that goes around that. So the coil's there. Vents, I'm assuming, go around it. Right? Vents around it. We have that. I don't know why it wanted 18 vents. Then we have these. The pressure, so it could release pressure out the top, right? Like that. Then glass will basically fill in everything else. Except for where the valves are supposed to go, but it wouldn't let me put valves on it. Figure that out in a second. Maybe it'll let me put done. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so do that. If you try to put this valve in here now, let me put it in. Try to put that one there. Boom. Got that. That would complete a different thing. Did we miss something? Filled. That's filled. Okay, so I don't see anything we might have missed. So let's click on here. Just 1 layer of height quadruples its power's production capacity, so the quest will treat these mentions. Largest size turbine. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually break that. Break all of those and that and that and that. And let's go back in here. Click on this. Yep, so that goes down on the bottom. We have a valve there. There's a couple valves on that one. Let's see. So the multi-block structure, turbine. Actually, if we go back, using whatever careful turbine full of energy as it will stop in some steam. Blah blah blah. Industrial steam flow stuff. Multi-block. It needs a frame turbine casings with the bottom filled with structural glass or casings. Yes, we had that. So it definitely had 4 up here. If we go like that, that's 2 up, then 3 and 4. And then, okay, and then the top. Okay, I see what I did. Okay. We did have this right for the most part. Except the turbine vents go like this. We'll put that there. The turbine vents then go right here. So we have 16 of them here. This will go here, right? And then after that, we'll have 14 of these go basically around like that. I'm pretty sure this outside edge has to be facings. So we go ahead if that's the case and destroy those where we could take that and put pressure dispenser here and right here and then 2 more just on yes right here. And we can put that down and then put this in like so. No, is that not right? So we go there, Okay, so the darker ones go there. That goes there, and then there's some vent thing. Isn't that what these turbine vents are? Okay, yeah, so never mind. Okay, yeah, so break that and that and that and that. Then break this. Then walk out of here. Actually, let's go ahead and put this in. So I don't want to walk out of there yet. This. That'll go there. Then these go in here. Like so. Then that there, like so. And boom, boom. Right? Is that how that works? It doesn't look like it updated again. Actually, if I break that, yeah, because that doesn't look like that updated to a functional. Oh, you know what? Let's take it all down. Except for that. Leave that there. That we know is right. Okay. And then break these. Okay, so we know for sure, though, if we go down here, and that is the center, over 2, like this, we know that one more is right. Here, like so, because that's going to be right there. And then we get this up right here. Come on, game, let me put it down. Not where I wanted that. Fine, though, we'll go with that. There we go. And then we put this in here. And then this in right here. We know for a fact that this is correct, right? So we know for sure that is going to be. Now, if we click here, click this, go over, it says build that. Of course, it also does show all the glass on the bottom and then up there. So if we go like this and like this, we could put glass on the bottom. Like so. We'll put that there. And it does show, I think, another. We might just make more turbine valves real quick. Just 2. picture. Go put one there and there. One there. The sides don't really matter too much, so when I look at this picture and it shows them opposite, that should still be fine. I don't know if that's one in the back there or not, but yeah. 1, 2, 6. And we'll just treat this as what we had already. Okay. Then we click that, we click this, we go here, we go to the next one, go to the next one. Rotational complex goes above the rotor and surrounded by pressure sensors. Close off the multi-block bottom section. The electromatic coil goes above it. At least one must touch it. But all must be connected using more than one. Let's wait. Huh? Electromatic coil. Okay, at least one must. Okay, never mind. Saturated condensers can then fill the remaining space depending on how much water needs to fill or needs to be recycled. Okay, so then yes, the pressure things for sure go around. Oh, nope, that's not where I wanted that. These are vents. So I don't think we have one of the parts we need then. So we'll go like this. So that's all of those. So if we hit B, let's just make sure we don't have something there. That would be good. Nope, I don't see it. Need some saturated condensers. So we're going to need some of these. Go ahead. Grab 8 of these. Put them here. That's probably why it wasn't working. Have that. So we click here. Click that, we click that, we click this. The remaining empty can now be filled with glass casings or vents. Multi-block needs one vent to form, but they help with steam flow, so the more the better. Once formed, multi-block, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so yeah. So then we go like this and basically be like vent, vent. Just put them so. And put those in there. There we go. We can fill the rest glass. Like this. Boom, boom. That's, wait, I was going to say that should fill it off, but top side as well. Boom. There we go. Now it is a multi-block string. I should be able to right click on it and we can see, yes, it is. Of course, I did do something stupid here and we're going to fix that real quick. We're going to take pressure valve, or these valves, and we're just going to move them over to here. All right here. Just so that they do be on the side of the steam and everything else. So we need to get steam into this, right? So we're going to need to this button here. Type pressure. We can grab these. And then we can take this straight across there. Should then be able to go like this. So that to pull steam from here, put steam into here, right? Steam input. And yeah, so that should be putting steam into there. I might be trying to put steam into here. I don't know. Go ahead, take this. And we'll tell that to pull as well. And then if we click here, that should be getting steam. I don't know why it's not getting steam. Let's see. Wrong button. This. Where are we at? And we're here. Quadrants. Um, Once formed, the multi-block can interact, or you can be interacted with to check its current rates and stats value. The stats menu can list what parts of the build are limited, the steam are limiting the steam flow and production rates. Fusion reactor steam ports can export into turbine vents or valves, and turbine vents can export water into the reactor input ports, allowing for a cycle with zero. What? Does that mean that if I had this right next to this, I could just put that next to that and that would just push it right in? I guess that's what that means. But it should still be filling up with steam, even though not there. Let's see. I'm gonna go here. Oh, click here. Go to power real quick so we grab out these because I just want to see if that does connect to there. Connect to there. No, it doesn't. Okay. Didn't think so. Wanted to make sure. Okay. So, how do we get this to work again? That should steam should go in there. It should turn on. Water will not be recycled. That's fine. Don't want that. So its capacity right now is that. Its max flow is that, but everything is not working. So it's statistics, steam, dispensers, blah, blah, blah. Blades 4, coils 1. Max production is 292. I kind of want to just make these much, much bigger. But I almost feel like if I do this, I want to take this and put it in a compact machine and put all of this in a compact machine. That way there I don't have to worry about it doing that again. I can't buy. Of course, I just realized I probably could have escaped into my compact machines for some stuff, but yeah. Anyways, how do we want to go about doing this then? Because that doesn't seem to be. Oh, because that's probably input only. Change it to input output. We do that. That should now fill up with steam. And as you can see, it is now. And as it fills up with steam. But that emptied all that steam that quick? Oh my goodness. Oh my. That's. I was not expecting that. So we need a lot more steam. Why this doesn't. Like, you could see it. Like right here. Can't click on. Okay, so we need to get some more of this stuff. Some more fusion reaction or fusion stuff. So let's go in here. Fusion. Go ahead and just make some of this and rebuild all of this like so. Okay. We need that there, that there. Yeah, I'm gonna go see if we still actually have some of this down here. Here, boom, we do. We still have that and that. And the logic adapter that doesn't seem to work. Okay. Well, let's go like this. We can put that back in there. And of course, that. There we go. We can put that down. Break that down. There we go. We can do that. Then we can just fill this in the rest of the way with all of those. Okay. Now, if we go here and we click on this, let's just actually click on this and go look at what this says to do again. So blah, blah, blah. Failing to provide coolant will not stop a running reactor, but it will cause it to overheat, take internal damage, and eventually explode, releasing radioactive material. Failing to empty the waste will cause it to leak out in the environment, accumulation as radiation. The smaller build is slower and fewer things can go wrong, but take your time and test it out. Building an operation on the pages to follow. Okay, so Wallace fusion reactors 3x4x3 multi-block, which scales up to 18, 18, 18. The edges of all reactors must be casings. Yes, we already knew that. The faces can include glass, logic adapters, or ports. The reactor multi-block form once cuboid is fully built. Yeah, at least 4 fusion ports, yes. 1 for inputting water, 1 for fuel, 1 to set output steam, and 1 to set output waste. Reactor ports can be toggled by sneak right-clicking with the configurator. Yes, we figured that out. Reactors can also accept fusion reactor logic adapters for reading different information about its multi-block or turning it on and off automatically. Yes, we figured that out, but it didn't work. Reactors can burn fuel at a max rate of 1 number of fuel assemblies per tick, down to at a rate to adjust the coolant. This rate adjusts coolant demand and production of steam and nuclear waste. Check the recipes. Make sure the pipes can handle these rates as well as your coolant production. I mean, the coolant production is the hardest part to get all that right. But I guess we need to break that. We do need 2 more these then. Let's go ahead, make another 4 of those so that we can go like this to make 2 of these. 1 for inputting water and 1 for inputting fuel. Then fill this in glass. Then we actually do need to break open the top of this like so, and then we will put a couple of these right here. Let's see, this is reactor glass. Is this reactor glass as well? So it's turbine glass, structural glass. That's different. Okay, but in here we need get some more of these as well. Fuel assemblies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just put 4 in here for now and go 1, 2, and then 3, 4, like so. And then we need 2 control rods. So we'll go 1, 2. Get put right there and right there. Okay, so we're trying to. Then this can get closed off, and it is now back to being a full thing. That's inputting water at a rate that's kind of slow. So let's see what other pipes we can do, because that's doing 64 buckets. This transfers a lot. These can transfer a lot more. Go in here and we go to this and we say we want I'm trying to figure out a way like this here is not, it's not cutting it, right? We need a way to get water here faster. I think we might be able to do that. Is there a way we could do that? Don't know. I can't think of a way. Because, I mean, infinite. Basically, infinite still storage part. Okay, apparently we could, that. Um, yeah, like, only thing we have that's infinite, essentially. But I don't think. Yeah, we can't, literally can't put it in. Because sadly, our last attempt, this here, even though this here has currently 55,000 buckets in it, 55,000.3 buckets in it, with this, it still didn't work. Okay, but anyways, let's click on here. This one here is set to insufficient fuel. Output when the reactor has insufficient fuel to sustain the reaction. Here is damage critical. This one's critical waste. And this one's high temperature. Quite literally, they are all different. They should technically work, but if I go back to here, set this limit rate to 0.025, let's just do that. Then we go back here. If we do this and we turn it on, heated coolant going out and into here. If we go like this, pull that steam out of there too, right? And we go like that, that'll put all that steam that's there into here. We aren't getting steam fast enough into here for this to actually really do anything. You can see that's still going down. Inputs at 300. We are using probably more than that. Wait, there's two of you guys up here now? You guys get anything new in these updates? Nope, doesn't look like it. But the thing is, like this, you can see this 43% damage. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off because, like, it's showing damage, but why is this thing here? Will not handle redstone. Activation. Activate the reactor when powered. Deactivate it. Oh! Well, that's probably one thing I did there. So if I do that, why are they not... I don't know why these are... That should be like that. But why are they not changing? They're not changing. So like they should change. Like these should all be red. And then when something happens, it should trigger it to turn not red. Put it over here. Something like that. I'm gonna go look this up real quick. I should have been looking this up while I was busy waiting. I didn't. I will be back in. Okay, well, I did some looking up, right? And they should be, with the more red mod, this should be working. I mean, you could always just detect or double check and make sure that this is properly working. We'll go in here, grab grab a lever real quick. If I put a lever right here, that should work. So if I grabbed a lever, and I did that to turn all these on, you could see it now turned off. I am going to keep that lever on there for emergency purposes, I guess. Maybe. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. But that should now, when these send out a redstone signal, whether the thing is insufficient in fuel, critical waste, and whatnot. But I did find a thing that basically said the one for damage, you pretty much don't really need. If any of these other ones, like if your temperature is too high, it's causing damage. If your water's too low, it's causing damage. If your fuel is too whatever, it's causing damage. But yeah, so that's what it should be. I don't know what caused it last time to go down like that, but yeah. I don't know why this now isn't working. Unless we're just not getting any steam. Really could just be that we don't have anywhere close to enough steam in here. But I am temporarily just going to go ahead and turn that off real quick. And come down here. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this thing right here, this whole refinery setup. Or do I make another one? Well, actually, we get liquid steam out of it. I don't know about you guys, but liquid steam is water. Right. Liquid steam is water. Yeah, so this is just regular steam. Again, the way we can get steam is we can condense liquid steam from Oratech using a thing to get 1-for-1. Fission reactor, basically from 1 and 20 gives 21. And then we do have the pressurizer, takes steam from Oratech, and that via heat, which we're not too worried about. But I think what we might try to do is make a decondensing thing, rotary condenser, bring the Oratech thing up here so that we can get liquid steam. This, because we get liquid steam from just refining lava. I believe in order to get this other stuff, you have to refine lava with something. I believe if all we did was put lava inside of here, right? We just put lava inside of here and without anything in it, just get steam. I believe so. Unless stuff has changed. But I'm thinking we'll move this guy up there. That. And we can move all of this up there. Put it in an annoying place that you guys are going to hate me for, but it's going to go there. Let's see. Binary. Go. I think I actually want it face in. Yeah, so we want it to face that direction, and then we would grab these. Go like that to put them in the right area. Do that. Then we can click that to put it down. You guys can also see how I made this stuff last time. This and then go down, shift, click while putting down there. That as well there, and then pretty much just follow the same Same rules we just applied. And go like this. Put these right here. We click and click. This is now full. That now done, we should be able to jump down here. Where's our lava? Our lava recreation's over here. So right now, this is not doing pretty much anything. I'm gonna break this down and do something with that later. Maybe we might put that back up later. I don't know for sure. But for now, we're gonna come over to right here, and we'll probably pump it in right here. Go like that. We'll put that right there. And then we will put this in just here, where I will put this here, here, there, and we will apply this stuff here, like so. Gets that down in there, and we will do that to get the lava over here. And then, of course, we are going to jump down here and grab our steam, like so. And then we're going to, like I said, we're going to need to make another rotary condenser. But with this, we could put this, I believe. Grab some more pipes. VIP. There we go. Grab the pipes out. I believe I could take this, put it right there. Go like that. And put this here. I am going to take the void card out of it, however, and then we will jump up into here and go fun real quick. Take out one of these. Get in. No, that's not what I wanted. Put it in there. There we go. Now, if I give this power, it should take this lava and turn it into steam. So let's go ahead and give it power. Go like that. And just connect that up to there. Don't know if it's going to make the other stuff right off the bat. Okay, so it is going to make the shoal and the liquid uric acid. We'll make those. So what we could do, though, is now come over here, click that, where it will take the steam out. It makes, what, 50 lots. So we'll go ahead, click on that in there. And you can see that made like a massive, like that makes massive amounts of. That might be all we need. We might not actually need this to get steam from it. We might only need to get it for the other thing. So we need, though, we're going to come back down here. And we're going to grab our sulfire and that. And just break that. There we go. Okay, and then on the other side over here, go like this and this, where we will put that and that. These we will tell them. Why is it? It didn't. No up. Okay, I think it just doesn't show the connection on it. So right now it does nothing. Now it's taking it out. Right. So if I click here, taking it out, but you can see our bucket over thing over here is now full with 300 and some odd buckets. Let's go ahead and make ourselves that rotary condenser tablet here. And rotary condenser, which we will put I think it's through. Guessing we will just put it right here. Maybe if we can. Can we tell it? That's an input. Auto eject is on. So actually, I don't think we could straight out of here. Go like this, but I do think we don't actually need to go ahead and put it right here. Put our pipe right here. Go like that. Come over here, click on this, and we want fluid inputting right there. We also want this to decondense. So we want to turn that into steam. That'll start turning that into steam. Then we should be able to put the pressure tube right there. Disconnect that. We'll fill this up with steam. Right? Maybe. Go in here. That still has one bucket of steam. Should not be able to go into these at all. It should just straight up go. Of course, you can see the flow rate right now is very low because that's about all we're making. So let's go ahead, hit this. Take out a stack of energy upgrades and put them in there. It's only 80 million. That much for this one. We go in here and say speed. Take some speed upgrades and throw it in there. Now we are limited by this. So like this. Throw that in there. We can see what goes faster. Boom. So we can see that that is still draining faster than that is, but we are now filling this up with steam. A flow rate of 1,000 buckets a second. But it's still not on. I'm still not sure why it's not on. Click here, and we click on this. Everything should be working. Yeah, but you can see we ran out of steam there pretty quick. But it does seem to keep up semi decent. Let's go ahead and go in here to upgrade. Shift click for uninstall. Grab only half of them in there. See if that still keeps the same rate. Flow rate's now much lower, producing only 40. I believe, however, like this thing here, yeah, I think we could put some upgrades on this. I don't think we can. But that is making steam, and you can see it is technically making it faster than this is. So we could go in here to upgrades and install these one at a time till we see it start pulling stuff down. So you can see that's pulling it down quite drastically. Here, this number is going down. That means we are probably going to watch it though, because it goes down to, let's see, we're going to see where it goes down to every single time. So 320. And if it gets down to 300 so basically right there is the sweet spot, how much this will produce. I don't know if we are using up more lava than we are producing, but I do have 2 more cows that I could easily add onto this system here. That is going to produce that steam right there, and with that we should also be able to turn this on then. Or this will then be making even more steam. And yeah, so then I should be able to go here. This temperature should end up about there. I should be able to go back into here, take this burn rate up to 0.1, which is a lot higher than we had it. So the heating rate, it shows that as long as this is not dropping faster than our stuff, we should be able to keep going up then. This can hold a lot of buckets. I have no idea how much, but it is going. This is now getting steam, which means we are now actually producing power. So I should really, if I went like this, and we took this and we connected it down to here, right? So we have it connected to there. Just say that. Should be able to technically turn this off. Okay, it is on 2, so it's draining that power from there anyways. I should be able to turn that off. And this should be able to power these, right? So you can see that that is losing power kind of quickly. So let's go ahead and take this, put it over here on 1, and see how much power is that power going down and up. Okay, power is stabilized. Okay, our power downstairs seems to be stabilized for now. But we're getting that, so we have this, so we're getting some power from there. So let's go ahead again. Then we'll go in here. Then we'll do this, and we'll go back here, and we'll say 0.15. And we should still have plenty of fuel in here. Plenty of fuel in here. Which will then, if we come over here to this, we should now be getting even more steam. We are now producing 2,000 a tick, even though we aren't exactly filling up with steam. But yeah, this is making some, but not a lot. That's fine. That's fine. We are continuously making steam there. So even if this was to die, that would still do some stuff. I want to go like this. Let's go ahead, disconnect those again. Then connect that. I'm going to put this pipe right here so I could climb up just a little bit. And we'll reconnect that. So some of the steam can go into there as well as into here. And you can see its steam is basically staying the same. Okay, so let's break that. And you'll notice that I made this here a little bit bigger. You can see it's going up and down and up and down. If we click here, these aren't doing that. So I should be able to also go in here now, click on this, go to 0.2, where I think we had it once before, and see that temperature is going up some, but we're not really. When we look at the stats here, I don't know. I thought there was a way we could look at stats, but nothing's damaging. We have fuel. We have that. I think we're good, and we're still not losing coolant here. Let's go ahead and up it again just a little bit. So we'll go to 0.25. And as long as we're not losing water and coolant isn't draining too quickly, or coolant isn't losing too or disappearing too quick and whatnot, should be fine. So this right now, even though it's got 0 power in it, is whatever. Let's go ahead and break this though. We could see, watch it get up in the thing. If we tell it to dump excess, because we don't really care about it, we should be fine. But you can see it is currently producing 2.57 AFE, which is nothing. I mean, I'm pretty sure those 2 things down there were doing more. Lava things that we had with this. But yeah, you can see we are going down in lava. Probably want to go get the other 2 cows and bring them up here and get them on here as well. This doesn't have the lava generation stuff in it, because I think that is currently in here. They don't need to be. So we'll bring these up here as well. Put them all in there to help that lava generation out a bit more. And yeah. But if we go in here, we can still see that we aren't losing water. So let's go ahead, click on this. Go ahead and take this up to 0.4 for now. We could do that, and if you look, you might have noticed that number flickered. Go in here. I don't know. That number might be flickering. I think. I'm just watching it for right now. It looks like we're fine. Yeah, it looks like we're still fine overall. But yeah, I also want to check on this. So we do still have plenty of power in that. I was fairly certain we would, but yeah. So this, now you can see we have 7 million power in here out of a possible 96 million. We are only making 4,000 per tick, but we're okay. We're still good. This is running longer than it was running earlier. I don't know why it broke earlier. I mean, we could set it to 0.5 again, is what it was at. And hope that this works. So temperature's still fine. Heating rate's fine. We still have plenty of, and plenty of spot for coolant and plenty, we're not overflowing there. Damage is fine. I think we're good. You can see the turbine is now rotating a little bit faster. If you click on here, it's making 5,000 per tick. Good. Steam input is at 9.5 millibucket, so basically 9.5 buckets. I think we're doing good. Yeah, I think we're doing good. And then, of course, we're getting our plutonium in here from the nuclear waste that is filling up. And then that's filling up in here, giving us those. Yes, okay. So now, the next part of the quest that we actually need, and I'm going to... Oh, wait. That... No, okay. Yeah, you get too far away and those disappears for a second there. I was like, wait, did that just lose all of its water? You can see that. Like, oh no, that just lost all of its water. But no, it did not. So, we're still fine there. Kind of want to up it again, but at the same time, I'm scared too. I'm like really, really scared. We need... So we need these. We should be getting spent nuclear waste. This, right? So if we go in here, yeah, so we're getting spent nuclear waste from that. we should be taking that out of here. I'm going to go down to here. And of course, that's how close to our ceiling we are, apparently. We'll go down here, this back in right here. Come on, all down. There we go. That in right there. Go right here where we need to go back in here. We'll type in waste. Where we go here and grab radioactive buckets that we will put right here and right here. That we will then put some pressurized tubes on right there. And we will go like this from here. And we will tell this. Okay, so that is emptying that out from there. We'll just double check and make sure. Chemicals, we are outputting to there. So that should be filling up those with spent nuclear waste. Yes, it is. And that will slowly deteriorate over time. However, the nuclear waste, I mean, it's 1 for 1. So the higher the burn rate, the more we can do. But yeah. So if we go in here, I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm just going to say 1. And we will see if that is draining our water. So that is draining our water. You can see that water is going down for sure this time. Click here. Yeah. So you can see our water is for sure going down. So 1 is too high for what we can handle. So click on here. Go 0.75. Will our water slowly rise back up? Are we getting water again? We are getting water again. Okay. So I definitely do need to figure out a way to be able to get more water faster so that we could get this day filled with water. I know there's a couple ways we could do that. I just don't know how well they work. It'd be nice if we had the cyclic mod in here, but we don't, as far as I know. Go here and type in @y. If we had that, that would be super easy, because then you could put an infinite water source and then just right up into it. So I'm thinking what I can do, possibly, we might be able to take this water cell, right, from here and put it on a... I don't know if there's a way to interface and... Yeah, so what do we have as far as interface? Go in here, type in interface again, right? So we have an oversized interface. What does that? Let's see. Oversized interface is same number of slots as an whatever, but it can hold up to 16 times the configurable, which means it could hold that per item slot contain. Okay, so we might look into making an oversized interface, which is going to need an extended interface, some other stuff. So let's look into doing that real quick. So we need to make ourselves an extended interface. ME extended interface is crystal assembler. You know what? Let's go over here, and then we could just make this here. Click on this. Click on that. I know we have the ability to make an interface in there, so if we do that, then if we click here and we click on this, go like that. We don't want that one in. We want this one in. So then we could take that, put that down there, and then I do want to just double check on this one here. So that uses Yeah, I'm assuming that was what it used. So let's go ahead, come over here to our crystal assembler. That's over here. Right, this is the crystal assembler. Yes, it is. So there we go. We could go like this, and we could throw this and this in there. Then if we click on this, need one of these. Control and click to craft unavailable. I did that. And we did that. And we did that. Get those, and then I should be able to click on this. Click on that, click on this. There we go. We just make one ingredient buffer because we shouldn't really need to worry much about that. Bring it down, throw it there. And then we should be able to click on here and find the oversized. Type it in over. I should be able to click on that, click one. We are missing intro crit. We need to get a couple more intro crystals. I think sucks. I don't know what we have in the way of intro stuff. So if I click here and we type in intro, right? We have some of these. You will get intro shards if you break the bud when it isn't fully grown. Okay, so 8 shards can be made into that. So we need, you can get budding intro by intro seed. We need an intro seed. Actually, let's go like this. We press R on this and we click on this Emerald Transformation, Intro Dust, that for 1 and 1. But if we go to here, it would be that. So we would need to get a lot more first. So we would need that. So we would need to, intro is grown by budding whatever fluix, like how Sarah Score works. But to get that, you need to first craft an intro seed and right click on a fluix block with it. Okay. Okay, so that's what we got to do. We need to make an intro seed. So intro seed. We need to make one of those. So we get 2 of those technically. And then we needed to use it on, or put it in a crystal assembler with water and a fluix. Go here and type in blue. We got 2 of those. So let's go 1, 2 like that. I'm pretty sure it said I could just click on this, but it's going to be much easier to just run over here and throw this and this in there. Right? Isn't that what that just said to do? Oh, in a crystal assembler, not in a reaction chamber. Okay. Means we'd have to do it in this, but I didn't know this could hold water. Oh, it can. If that's the case, should be fine, but let's go ahead and just take this down here and put these 2 things in here. Like that. We will break that one. Then we should be able to, it said you should be able to just click on this like that. There we go. And then we could go like this and just work on them until they get bigger for a little bit, and then that'll give us some intro. We got a bee spawning. Be nice if he gives us another battery. Another battery, sir? Certain those don't look like batteries. None of those were batteries. Whatever. Okay, well we could do that, and then let's go ahead and hit B real quick. We'll throw this up in there. I think we want this one here because it's got the fortune accidentally down. And then if we go like this, and I go like that, We should get a bunch of intro crystals. Yes, nice. Okay, and then we want to go ahead with what we have, right? We go like this. See how much of this we can out of there. There. Okay. Fine. We can take the rest of this stuff over here and go this turbine valve, reactor, structural glass, blah blah. Electrical coil thing. Tiger, blah blah blah, bow. Sure. Here. And then we should have another intro crystal, right? So now if I go like this and we press R on this, right? Click on this. Go for 32 dust and 32 of the fluix crystals, which we can get in a reaction chamber as well. So if we were to grab a bunch of our fluix crystals, which we don't have a lot of, we do have a lot of dust. I think it was the dust in those. So if we went like that, and we bring this here over to here, and we click on here, and we go boom, boom, boom. That'll give us a bunch more of those. Yes. Then we can come over here to our crusher and crush all of this. Go like this, and we bring that here with this and this, right? Yes, we do. Perfect. Then we can come over here to our crusher, crush all 64 of those, grab them back out, and repeat process again with essentially all of those. I don't think I want to do quite that many. I think we'll do just one more time. And we'll actually take the rest of the fluix back out and put that back in the system as well. There we go. We go like that. Then we can just double click it, put it back in. And then we needed to do something. Oh yeah, we were going to go like this and type in over. You can then click on this, click next, click start. I don't know for sure if it'll do all of it because we have this, but we don't have an interface here. So for some reason it didn't like take. Oh wait, we might need that. Might be why. Let's go in here and grab one of these like this. We can just put it right there. I should have taken it and at least put it there, but it didn't. Whatever. We got the oversized one. We go like that. Click here. Click cancel. You head up there and make sure we're still good. We're still good. We're still good. It looks like we're still good. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and go like this. I'm going to hit scram. I don't want it to do anything. I don't want any funny business happening when we do this. Okay, so let's go ahead and break interface and put in oversized interface. Yes. Configure page 1. What can we put? Induction, fuzzy cards in here and stuff and blah, blah, blah. I don't know why this is page. There's 2 pages of this. Now if I go in here and we type in water, right? And I went like this. No, never mind. This, and we grab water and we bring it over to here. I should be able to go like this. Click that, and we should be able to now set that to 64 buckets on all of those. That should easily help keep up with our water demand, I think. We could just fill these up like this. And then we go here where we type in is. Grab that. We put that there. We set this. Hit 10, because sure, why not? Then we set the rest of these 64 buckets for water. And hope that by doing that, we could do that. We could then click here, put that in there, and then that should even help keep this up. So then we should be able to hit activate. And if I go in here now and we click 1, say yes, this is still going down. But why? Shouldn't this be easily pulling the water out of here, putting it in there? We go here, we click add, and we go here and we type in water. Drag that to here, and we go like this, and we click submit. That's still going down. Why is that not filling up with water? Why is that not pulling the water out of there and putting... Don't know. Let's go ahead and hit B real quick. Nope. We don't want to hit B. We need to click this and type in real quick. We should have... Oh, whoa. Why is... So that's... Okay, well, our power's been drained again. Means we need some other buffer real quick. I'm actually going to click on this, though, and make sure I didn't miss thing. I might have put it in here. So type in PIP. Did put them in there. Darn. Okay. Okay, so let's go like this. We'll grab this up here. If I put this right here, go like this, it's going to fill up with... Then put that there. That should do that. Go ahead and ignore that. Like that. So that's filling up with... Go like... Actually, because I do want... let's go ahead. Actually, we'll go this as well. Put that there. And we'll tell that to pull, and we'll let that fill up with that, and then that'll be a buffer. Now if we hit activate, this really should not go down, and this should be just taking water out of here, filling that up. As you can see, we are losing water from here still, so let's go ahead. Of course, that could also be because we don't have any power. Yeah, we don't have any power, so that took all the water out of there. So with that being the case, that doesn't have a lot of power in it. We might need to... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this, bring it over here. I'm going to put it right there. We're going to go like this and tell it to push power into here. There's nothing on that circuit except for this. That should now essentially stay powered, I think. That way there, that's always on a thing. That always gets power. That is draining it. But it is going up at the same time. Yeah, so that's draining but going up. We just really need to get power. Like, I don't know why suddenly all the power is that bad. Again, this here is on one. This has some power in it. I should be able to possibly hook this back up if we have more of those. So if we go here and we say at POW, right? Grab these back out. Put that right there, which will continue to let these work. Like this isn't using any power from the thing, but if we do that, you could see that that drained all that power out of there. But if I now go in here and we activate this, with this being online, that's filling up with water. Okay, I think we're good now though. I just want to come down here and check power cell 2. It is still going up. It is still going up slowly, right? So 7.3 goes down up to 7.8 or 7.5. So it is going up slightly. This doesn't have, like, we're not making any more DT fuel right now because of stuff and everything. But yeah. They definitely had to have changed. Like, I updated it, right? Updated the game like twice, or maybe just once. I feel like they changed something with the power or something, and that is why this is like this. Like, this should not, like, we were just fine before. Like, power was just fine before, and then I made those 10 things, and like everything is bad. We couldn't have had that horrible of a power buffer before. With that being one, we are now making 10,000 power per second, right? So it is going up. It's just not going up very fast because it's pulling it out just as fast as we can. But that is again at 10,000. But yeah, we should now be able to go in here though. I don't know how much DT fuel we have. So let's go in here. That's what we're putting in there, right? It's the DT fuel. No, we're not putting the DT fuel in there. We're putting in the fizzle fuel. So we currently have another 400 buckets. And we're basically using it at the same rate we're putting it in. But now if I go like this, I should be able to go here, click on this. Let's go ahead and bump this up to 2. Right? Because we should be able to technically bump it all the way up to 5 because we have 5 things in there. But at 2, if I click on this, we still have full water in here. That is still at full water. And that's still full there. And if we come over here, that should make this up to 20 then, right? 22. So if I was to take it up to 5... Yeah, so let's see again. We're making 22,000 per tick, right? How much? I believe like these down here are making 220 or 233,000 per tick, and we still can't keep up. So that would we would need to massively upsize it to get it to work. But how are we doing with our waste? So our waste is going into here and being changed into this at a decent-ish rate now, right? We're going up relatively decent rate, it seems. I think we're good there because I'll go boom, that'll get up there, and it'll go like this, and it'll make one of these. So I think we're good with that. Okay, so next thing we need to work on is we need to get to the point where we can make the antimatter, which is going to be that SPS casing thing. So we need a lot of the other ones. These ones here we get from polonium, which is nuclear waste into a neutron activator. Ooh, that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks because we want neutron activator. We don't want to use a bunch of these neutron piles yet. We're nowhere close. Oh, the ceiling is collapsing above me. Oh no, let's just run away. But let's see. We are currently at 2,000. Ooh, we got 2,200 in there. And one. Okay, we might actually have enough. We might have enough. Let's go ahead and find out if we have enough. So if we go in here, now I'm pretty sure that one of those is not linked. All right, go like this. We link this, it starts taking it. I don't know why. We'll unlink it. Okay. I don't know what is using it. But again, we just want to click on this. So if we click here and we type in neutron, right? And we click on this and we click 4. We need 2,800 of them. We got more than that. So maybe if I go like this and we link it in, run over here and link it in, and then press this button here, type in neutron, click on this, and click on this and say 4 and click next and start. That'll take them out of the system before it could even do anything with them. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Also, another thing I did, so we get more steel, I went ahead and we got our steel cow made, and we have it so that it is putting steel into here. Of course, as you can see, it is no longer really doing that. So let's go here, let's go like this, and type in lev, grab another lever out of there. We could go like this and put that on there. Just turn that off and let that keep filling up there. And as you can see, we've gotten quite a bit steel blocks. So if I went like this and we pressed U on this, on that, throw a bunch of those in there, we could just take out a whole bunch of steel like so to get steel put in there. There we go. So like that. Oh, that fit in there. Okay. So we now have just 2,000 steel. Let's go ahead, hit B real quick. We'll throw this one interface up there. Go over here, take that out, swap it, that, put that in there, go like that. Here, put the rest of that steel we have in there. Then we still have 27 of these. This and boom. And boom. There we go. Now we got lots and lots of steel. How are we looking over here? I'm gonna run up here. We're still good, still good, still not using that. I'm pretty sure we are using the fizzle fuel faster than we're making it. Go in here, right? Is you can see that is kind of going down. It's going down slow. But that's fine. That's fine. Okay, okay. So we're good there. Too bad we can't make fizzle fuel cows, right? But oh yeah, I also wanted to lava. Yeah, we seem to be relatively stable with it. That, this, like it seems to. I think it's a power issue. This is basically just getting only the steam from this thing here right now, which is fine. But we should have our things like it said. So I should be able to come down into here somewhere. I think it's this one maybe. Yep, this one here. We get our neutronium blocks out of here. And if I type in new again, I never did make a chicken one. So if I click on here, and we go like this and type in NEU. And then down we click on this, click on this, go like that. We have that. We should have the meat, I think. ME. But we just have the liquid meat. I will need to go get some regular meat and put it in a drawer and link that drawer just so we could have it, right? So let's go ahead. ME a that and take out a couple buckets of liquid meat. Go like this, bring them up here, where we will go 1, 2, 3. We'll break that, grab this, go like this, right here, the ingot one on there. Make sure we put that at the bottom, and then we'll just go ahead and turn this on like that, and it'll just continuously turn all of that into meat, or all that meat into ingots, and then that after we get that, we could then turn that into a thing. Go in here and type in fluid. Grab a fluid drawer right here, right? And put it right here. Let's go over here and grab this. We lock it. We'll lock it. And then after we lock it, link it. We still got lots and lots of meat in there. We'll go ahead now, do that. We'll turn that off. That fill up. Throw all this in here. Click on this. We'll go ahead and grab these other two. Them in there. Put them at the bottom. Take this out. Bucket down. Turn that on. We only need, in order to make this chicken, very little. This is going to be a full bucket, and we don't even need that much. So we'll go ahead and throw that in there. There we go. So that's all going to be all the meat we need for that chicken. Now we do need to make one of these heavy cores, and I don't know if we actually let's see if we have any feathers. So we have plenty of the awakened feathers. So we just need this heavy core, which we could do that way, or we could do this way in the collision thing, where we need a reinforced deep slate, which we do in the engraving, which is the atomic forge with deep slate and 2 deuterium ink. Grab. Did it say regular deep slate? So I grab regular deep slate, 2 deuterium ingots, fly over here. That's got power in it, so it should work just fine. So if I go this and that, they're fine. I guess this and that. Why is that not working? This machine has been disabled with an active redstone signal. Okay, I didn't realize that would do that. So let's go ahead here and grab a lever again. that we can put on this side, turn it off, and do that. There we go. And then that's going to go super slow because that's going to drain all the power, and this is going to wait and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that's fine. That'll give us that. We will need to run all the way back over here real quick and grab one of these out. No, not one of those. One of these out. And then we'll come back over here and go like this and say we got that. Okay, perfect. So we are also going to need to go into the pocket dimension, which means we have to grab ourselves a thing. Of course, really far in. Pocket dimension, pocket dimension. I don't see it there. Don't see it in that one. Don't see it in that one. Or in that one. Did I put it in this one? Question. I did. Okay, there we go. So we'll go into here, where we will re-put that down, re-put that down, and then we needed some other stuff. If I click on this and we press U on this, click on this, we needed the deuterium dust. So if we type in at Ori, we press U on this, I'm assuming we just crush it, crusher, right? Make the dust. No, so let's go ahead, press U on this, click on this, click on this, crusher spirit, or a pulverizer. Go ahead, come out here. Run over here and grab one of these. Run up here and go, I don't know why you're following me. Hey, stop. Stop. There you go. There you go. Do that, and we can bring this over here, throw it in here, pulverize it down into a dust. And then we can run over here. We're also going to go ahead, this button real quick, and this button. Scroll down to this, where we can throw this in here. Okay, and then go in here. And we will click on this. We throw that in there. We need to get it to 8,000 before we drop this other one in the other thing. We can get it to 8,000. Hoping we can. Let's go. Let's go. Keep going. Keep going. It's not getting there. I mean, it might be. It's just going super, super slow. I'm hoping it can get there. I mean, we could easily make another one, but I should be able to get to 8,000 with this setup. Well, unless we are we might literally just not have enough power to do that. It might take ridiculously long time to get up to 8,000. No, it broke right there. So we don't have enough power to get that to 8,000. That sucks so much. I mean, look at, like, they're all very, very low. They don't even have that much on them either. Ooh. I went like this, though, and I said go to 2 real quick, so that's even not, that's gonna help. Well, I'm gonna have to do something with the power, and yeah, we'll definitely have to do some more with the power and come back. so that we can get that going. Might be able to up this a bit more. We're still running relatively good. Go ahead, go in here. I'm gonna jump this up to 4. We are still fine with water there from what I can see. We are still fine with water there. If we click on this and we type in fizz, I do believe we are now going down. Yep, you can see we are definitely going down now, but it will take quite a while to use up 400 and some buckets. But that is also only making hardly any power. So, thank you all for watching. Please enjoy your day, night, doing whatever you're doing, wherever you're at. As always, force your friends to watch. I'm going to have to do some stuff with power and see if we get some power generation fixed and whatnot. I might have to tear down a bunch of this stuff and redo some of it to figure out why it's as bad as it is. Turn off. Why are you... Yeah, see, I started doing some weird stuff, like it was running out of water. I don't know why. But it was turning off like it was supposed to, but then it was turning back on and then off and then off and then on. So, yeah, but yeah, I'm going to have to do some stuff with power and get that fixed. Maybe rework some stuff. Until then, thank you again. Thank you for watching. Peace out. See you later.